神羅転生
Yo, what's going on everyone? It is the Mystican and welcome back to a new video on the channel today. So today we will be reviewing Boruto episode 86. So it just came out and obviously this is the first review I've done in quite a long time and I'm glad to be back. So yeah, let's just get fucking straight into it. I mean, it's been a while and yeah, here we go. So the episode was quite good and to me I thought it was very good for the standards of Boruto recently, especially. This episode was kind of just like a breath of fresh air. You know, I think it was a very chill episode. There wasn't much action at all and it was it was more of an explanatory episode where it just kind of gave some backstory to the entire arc and the situation, giving us a lot of answers to things that have happened. For example, we now found out about like Onoki and why he's doing what he's doing, and kind of creates this conflict for us as the audience, saying like, okay, well, Onoki has created this fucking like army of like monsters, but like why, you know? And it's given us a reason to it's given us an answer to why he's doing that, and it's also made us think, well, this is wrong, but like it's he's doing it for a good purpose, and the reasoning behind it as well is also good. It's to carry on Kuzuchi's will and like, you know, his grandchild's will and all that, you know, because he fucking died and he felt real guilty about it. And yeah, because essentially in the episode we find out that Onoki's grandchild Kuzuchi was killed, and it happened when I think it was about 5 or so robbers came into the village and they tried to steal some type of shit, and Kuzuchi tried to stop them, and apparently to Onoki he felt guilty because he told Kuzuchi that he, you know, if he wants to become Tsuchikage, then he can never run away, and he must vow to never run away from anything ever, and he must always stay and, you know, fight, which is obviously a good message. And as somebody aspiring to be the Tsuchikage, like Kuzuchi was, you know, that's obviously really good. However, he was a kid and he didn't run away from these like 5 fucking robbers, you know, and obviously he was a child again and he had stood no chance and he got destroyed by them, and it left Onoki feeling extremely guilty because he felt like it was his fault that Kuzuchi stayed and fought, when really he's just a child and he should have ran away. And that could be true, and it kind of becomes more true later on in the episode when Onoki goes to the dying Kuzuchi, and essentially he, you know, Kuzuchi's like, wow, grandfather, like, I don't think I'm gonna achieve my dream of becoming the Tsuchikage anymore because, like, you know, I tried not to run away, and I mean, I'm about to fucking die, you know, like, fuck. So yeah, Onoki just felt extremely guilty and he felt like it was just all his fault, and it was just terrible, you know. It was a very emotional episode. It was kind of, you know, it was very sad actually. One of the more sad Boruto episodes I've actually seen in quite a long time, so I think that was good for them to do, because obviously emotional episodes are good because it, you know, draws the audience in. It definitely drew me in this episode. I was like very interested in this episode. See, despite the action, there was a lot of emotion, and that kind of balanced it all out, and I felt very attracted to this episode because of that, because it wasn't boring. You see, an episode is boring when it's like lackluster of anything, when it has no action or no emotion, so you got to have a balance. And yeah, to me this was one of a very balanced episode in terms of that, because it was lacking in action definitely, but it was for a reason, and that was to, you know, explain why the fuck Onoki is doing what he's doing, and also to give us some emotion, which was needed in the series, because obviously in this entire arc we've had this entire conflict between Boruto and Mitsuki, and obviously that's emotional, but this episode was, you know, kind of next level emotional in terms of like backstory and kind of like the classic Naruto series did. You know, they'd give you this terrible backstory or terrible reasoning behind something, and it makes you just want to fucking cry. So in that aspect, I thought it was great. I think that this episode was very emotional, and it did a great job at invoking emotion and spiking my interest. Definitely spiked my interest, and I think that was really good of the episode to do. The animation was very, very, very well done, and so was the art. In this arc, I think that the animation and art in this arc has been way better than the Momoshiki arc, which is fucking odd because that was like based off the movie, and you'd think that they would try to animate that to be extremely good, but they didn't, and that kind of sucks. But you know, by the way, guys, I stopped reviewing the series during the Momoshiki arc, and partly because I just fucking lost interest for a little bit because I was disappointed, but then I started watching it again and I was like, well, fuck, this is actually really cool. So yeah, just so you know. But yeah, the Momoshiki arc had worse art and animation than this current arc, and a lot of people are gonna say that this current arc is filler, but actually it's canon because it's referencing to like other arcs that have happened, and it's using, you know, it's referenced already. It's referenced to the Byakuya Gang arc, the White Zetsu arc with Konohamaru and his Rasengan. It's referenced to a lot of fucking shit. So this is definitely canon, unless you want to consider the entire series filler, which is fucking ridiculous. But yeah, this episode, in my opinion, if I were to give this episode like some type of ranking, I'd give it probably, I'd say about a 7.5. Like, I thought it was a really solid episode in my opinion. The only thing it did lack was, you know, action, but we're gonna get that in the next episode, because at the end of this episode we have, I think his name is Kaku, something like that, one of Onoki's you know, kind of puppets come in, and yeah, he's about to fuck up Boruto essentially, but you know how that's gonna end. Boruto's gonna fucking destroy him. So yeah, I can't fucking wait to see that, because it's gonna be a very good episode. I just pray to God that it's Boruto who fights him, because I'd love to see Boruto versus somebody by himself, because in the Boruto series we have not really seen Boruto as an individual use his skill against somebody, and that is so frustrating to me, because in Naruto, the things that were so great about it was that Naruto was a weak motherfucker, but he would go on to fight these fucking strong as fuck cunts like Neji, Gaara, so on and so on, and he'd end up fucking destroying them, and it was like, it felt rewarding because of how weak he was. But in Boruto we have this strong gifted kid, and he doesn't even destroy cunts by himself, and that's kind of frustrating to me. So if he destroys this guy by himself, I'll be extremely happy. And another important aspect to this episode was the conflict between Onoki and Boruto, because Boruto believes that, you know, these things, they have a will, and I don't agree with what you're doing because they are human too, in a sense, because if you have a will, then you're essentially human, because you have a want and desire, and you have personality, and you have, you know, you have this freedom, this, you know, you have a will, you have something you want to achieve, and you're essentially human if you have that, because that's a very important human quality. And Onoki is like, nah man, like, these things don't have a will. I don't agree with you, these things are just synthetic humans, like, they don't have a will, they're just made by me to fight, and the will that you think they have is actually just what I programmed into them. So just shut up and let me do my plan so I can help complete Kazuchi's will. So yeah, like, fuck man, like, Onoki, like, I loved him and Shippuden, and I thought he was a really cool character, but at the moment, with his current, like, goal and ambition, like, although that is for Kazuchi and trying to carry on his grandchild's will, I kind of think it's ridiculous, and I don't know what this is going. I don't know. I don't really like the fact that this is a thing, to be honest, because Onoki was a wise old man, and I don't think that he would do that in the first place. So I think that the character development and, like, just the character decisions in this arc have been a bit ridiculous, and like, in terms of Onoki, because that's not his character at all. Like, what the fuck? But I mean, I guess they're just trying to show us more of the fucking world, you know, taking us to the hidden stone and stuff, and showing us some more, giving us a bit more, I don't know, context to the world that we live in today, and how these like synthetic fucking humans and shit. So that's, yeah. But wow guys, like, fuck, this episode was very good, and yeah, 7.5 out of 10, I'd say. The things I don't like about it are just this. I like this arc a lot. I think it's a very interesting arc. It's a very long arc, which I like as well. But it's just that I don't think it makes sense. I don't think that Onoki would do this, and I was very surprised when I found out that he was actually the mastermind behind it. I was very, very surprised. Like, I had no I mean, yeah, I didn't see that coming. I mean, I kind of seen it coming, but I kind of was ignoring it because I didn't want it to be true, because like I said, that's not his character, like, at all. And he would never do that. He was like the fucking third Tsuchikage. Like, why the fuck? I mean, he says he's doing it for the villagers, for the villagers' peace, and, you know, all of Shinobi's peace. But realistically, he's already killed people. Like, he's killed so many Hidden Leaf Shinobi right now, and he's literally kidnapped Mitsuki. Like, what the fuck? So, you know, Boruto is obviously correct, and he's going up against the third Tsuchikage, who has, like, this insane Kikai Tota. So, like, I don't know what to say, but I think this arc is kind of dumb, but it's fucking cool, so I like it. But I just think that the concept behind it is kind of ridiculous. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section down below. 7.5 out of 10. I want to know what you guys think about this arc. I want to know what you think about Onoki's, like, kind of ideology in this arc, and what he's trying to accomplish, his ideals, his ideologies, his goal. I just want to know what you guys think about that, because I obviously don't agree with it. But besides that, I think that this arc is awesome. And yeah, so I'll see you all in the next video. Leave a comment and maybe like the video if you want to, and maybe subscribe if you haven't. And I'll see you all in the next video. I love you guys. Peace out. Thank you for watching. See ya.